We are happy to be here as media experts from all over, from Africa, from BRICS member countries, to share all the experiences, especially as to how we can push our agenda as African continent. Africa is ready now to work with BRIC member countries have shown that they are ready to work with Africans as equal partners and advance our interests for win-win situations. So we are happy, and we are happy to say if people are going to trade, they need to know each other first. So the role of media cannot be overemphasized. We have to do the job to make sure that countries know each other, to know that what is that you have in Ghana, what is that you can find in Zimbabwe, how can we collaborate for the benefit of our countries. The people of Africa are ready to share with the world equally with what they have. We are endowed with a lot of minerals. Actually, the question I can answer from Zimbabwe as the Minister of Information is to say, which mineral don't you have? Because we do have a lot of minerals, and these minerals were God given to Zimbabwe for the people of Zimbabwe. So we are saying we are happy to work with investors from BRIC member countries. We've already seen them. We are proud to say the biggest steel plant is being built in our country by a Chinese investor, and many others. We have got the lithium companies and many others. My president, Dr. E.G. Mnangagwa, when he was inaugurated, he said Zimbabwe is open for business and ready to work with those who want to work with us as equals. And we are saying we now need the markets for whatever we produce. We have got some of the fertile soils in our country. When you talk of agriculture, this is another area where we are saying investors can come and go to in partnership with Zimbabwean farmers, because we do have the climate is good throughout the year. We can actually have 3 seasons in a year of planting different kinds of crops. We have seen that our president is very committed to make sure that all companies who come to our country can actually work in a very good business environment. So as Africans, we also need to cooperate among ourselves. We need to have access. I've always talked about access to each other. I think the issue of introducing more flights between our countries is very critical, and I think the issue of visas is another issue which we would want our leaders to look at, so that at least we can have free access to our countries, and so that we realize what is in Ghana which we don't have in Zimbabwe. Why would DRC, for example, why would they import something from Europe which they can get in Africa? So intertrade is very important, and this is what we think under one roof as African media, as BRICS member media, we can actually discuss these advantages and advance them for our own benefit. It's important to develop our infrastructure. Our president, despite the sanctions which were imposed on us, he has worked outside the box, because everybody, when they build big roads, spaghetti roads, you need capital coming from the international financial institutions. And for Zimbabwe, because of the sanctions which were imposed on us, we've not been able to access any of that. But we have said this is our country, and we have to build it ourselves. We have to find solutions to build it ourselves. We have worked on building our infrastructure, because that's critical. We need our roads. We have built one of the biggest airports right now. It's a marvel to see. We have also built a number of roads using our domestic engineers, because of the sanctions. It has not been like before, where we would send out an international tender and get international companies coming into our country. We are saying let's communicate, let's collaborate, let's share information, and that information should really be there to build our continent. And Africa, we can do it. We are a big continent endowed with all the mineral resources. There is no need for poverty in Africa.